So, quick backstory, y'all, on this interview with Big Sexy. I'm so pleased to have him here, joining all you guys on We Talk Show. So, me and Big Sexy actually go back 2 years. That's okay. With you, we'll excuse anything because you're just the sweetest and just the best. So this interview here, right? This is the first time I actually met Big Sexy, and as you can see, he was drinking, he was drunk, he was having a good time. And I remember Pop Out Magazine saying, you better come on and interview Big Sexy because he's a big deal. And I was like, okay. Because I was just really coming into my show and I wanted all the content to be around all the big people. Right. So when Casey, was it Casey Big Sexy? Yeah. I said, you better come interview Big Sexy because he's a big deal. And I'm like, okay, I'm right behind you. Okay. And then I went and he was so sweet. He gave me my interview. And that was actually initially when I spoke to him about the walk. And somebody had commented about, does he walk with medical girls? And I, was all on his page. I was nosy. And I said, hey, why don't I come back and do a walk with you and, represent for the medical girlies? And he was like, let's do it. Yay. And from then, I've been his, pain in the side. I bother him. I annoy him. But he always responds to me. So I love him so much. Yay. And I'm so glad that he was able to come and meet all you guys for this amazing Give Back Love giveaway. And give you guys, all you girls, back your confidence and just make you feel good, because that's what he does and that's what the walk is about. And that was what I was all digging in his business about. How did he start the walk? When did you start it? What made you think about it? So here we are.
Yeah, go back and watch it.
Yes, go back and watch it. So we want to hear from you, Big Sexy. Give us a little bit of that.
First of all, everybody's energy today has been amazing. I love conversating with people, and I appreciate actually meeting people in real life off of the internet, because I think oftentimes when people embark on fame or popularity or a lot of followers, they forget about the people that's actually really behind the phones and the screens. Yes. And so I appreciate also listening to everybody's story, where they come from. Beautiful story. Literally, all of y'all have beautiful stories. Mm-hmm. And I think that's amazing. And I think that it's also amazing that y'all are forming like some type of camaraderie with each other, Yes. And so I'm glad to be a part. I genuinely love what I do. Yes. Of course, I have to be paid because everybody just got to eat.
Clock it.
Trying to get
Let me say this. But he gets paid, but he shows up. He does an amazing job.
I'm gonna always show up.
He put a lot of energy in, and he's worth every penny to hang out with him and sit down with him. So definitely, y'all, he's definitely worth it, y'all.
Down. And I'm appreciative. I'm thankful. And y'all gonna hear some amazing stories. That's what y'all need to do. Tell y'all stories. Let the people into y'all world, what y'all experience, what y'all been through. Y'all gonna hear some amazing stories. And so I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. I'm honored.
Feel love, but just have a night out, enjoy. Mm-hmm. I know you're an upcoming model. This is great for you. You got your podcast. This is great for you. You know what I mean? You got your kids, and this was just to give you back your confidence and to make you feel loved and special. You being a grandma, you raised your kids, but then you're doing it all over again. So this was just a way for you guys to refresh, renew, rejuvenate, and just feel happy again. What made you feel like you were deserving of this? Because a lot of people, when I did this giveaway, I honestly feel like a lot of people, because my show is up and coming, even though it's getting more brandedly recognized, I'm so happy and thankful, guys. I really feel like a lot of people didn't really believe in me. Mm-hmm. And the submissions went crazy, don't get me wrong, because Big Sexy was a part of it, but I genuinely feel like a lot of people did not believe in me. And in a way, that kind of made me feel some sort of way, but you four stayed very connected to me, no matter what. And I know you guys all had different things going on, but the fact that you guys made the effort to get to know me on a personal level, and I could tell that it was not just about the giveaway. I can generally tell that if you guys won or not, you guys would have still stayed connected with me. And that alone was what made me feel like you four were very deserving of it, because not only did you guys not ask me questions about the giveaway, but you guys started asking me personal questions in my books, and you guys were so excited, and other little things, and we talked, and days and nights, and even late hours, and I just felt like you guys were definitely genuine. So I want to kind of get everybody tapped into each and every one of your journeys, so they can learn a little bit more about you guys. So let's start with you, Torch.
Okay, so I want to say thank you for everything. I'm from DC. I'm a single parent. My daughter is 6. I'm sorry, my daughter's 7 now. My daughter's 7. I've been struggling with mental health, far as death in the family, back to back, losing my brothers, losing my grandparents, not having my mother around, down to her being on drugs, to her being in recovery.
So was your mom, sorry to cut you off, your mom was on drugs your whole life, growing up, and even still now?
She stopped at one point in time, so as of today's date, she has 25 years clean.
Okay.
But
But it has affected you from her being on drugs for so many years.
yes, and the lies that came behind it, the truth that came behind it that I probably didn't want to take in as a child because it was so young in age.
Quick question, do you think that's what caused your mental illnesses, was seeing your mom being on drugs?
Okay,
Because
so
I can relate to that, not my mom being on drugs, but my stepdad was on crack for many years growing up, and I've seen that
physically
firsthand.
seeing it, I want to say no, because at the time, and my brother seen it, and they took me personally.
Okay.
I don't know how it was back then, but apparently you couldn't have all boys in one home. The girl would have to have her own room, or however that case was. I was split up.
Okay.
With a great family. To this day, I speak to that family. To this day, that is my family.
Right.
But growing up, losing brothers from that side of the family down to losing biological family. My mother has 25 years clean, but saying
It still affected
clean
you.
don't mean you.
You're clean, correct, yeah.
Actions mean different. Love her to death. Can't let nobody go against her. That's my girl.
Right.
But our relationship is
It's
what it
tarnished
is.
because of
But
the
it's
childhood
fine.
and and the way you grew up. And again, reiterating this, like I said, in each one of you girls, listening, reading your stories, because I actually took your stories very seriously. I didn't just say, okay, so I saw a little of each of you in me and my journey and my struggles, because just like everyone, I've had my own personal struggles, with immigration, growing up, seeing my mom being abused, her husband at the time being on crack, just different things that I just saw that I'm like, okay, these are definitely the 4 winners that I feel that I'm more aligned with. You know what I mean? So, do you feel like going through all of that, though, it has made you a better person, or do you think that it's affecting your everyday life today?
It's a bittersweet moment, honest truth. Some days I am where I feel mentally, I'm listening to what those people are saying. Oh, you worthless. Oh, you're not taking care of your child. Or you're not doing this. Or
You're not doing enough.
but in reality, if I sit back, and I have sat back for a couple of months, since maybe May or June, I got full custody of my child. Never had abortions or miscarriage a day in my life. Had my daughter after 21. I did what I had to do. Went to college. I did what I had to do outside of my family tree.
Right.
I broke that. So I am proud of myself from then to now. As a woman, I am.
So let me
I am.
and we're proud of
But
you.
I know that I can.
And we want to give the love back to you,
Yeah.
for the Give Back Love giveaway. So do you think today you're a better, stronger person? Do you feel like you can be a better mother to your daughter and break the generational cycle that you went through and the trauma as a child? Because at the end of the day, when I wrote my book, right, my book about my immigration struggle, and I never forget what my editor and publisher said to me. She said, you want to write the book, but you don't want to write every day, every in the whole book, bad things, bad things, bad things. We want to write showing there's a light at the end of the tunnel, that you overcame all of this, so you can help other people. And when I thought about that, I was like, you're right. I don't want to just keep focusing on the bad things that happen in my life, all the bad memories, the toxic relationships that I've been in. I actually want to focus on the great things that I've done, the great things that I've accomplished, and how I can be a better me and a better version of me, and to help pay it forward to other people. So do you think that you have learned from the toxicity of what you went through as a child, that you can now be a better woman and a better mom? Because at the end of the day, there's other women that went through what you went through, and the whole goal is you want to let them know that it's okay.
It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to cry. It's okay to fall, all that. But when you get up, just know just know, keep your head high, be humble, be grateful, pray, and just know if it's you and your kids then, it's you and your kids now. I'm grateful, regardless of any opportunity. I'm always grateful. I'm always jolly, laughing, everything. You have to be just prayed up.
Just be happy for just the life.
Happy for everybody. Happy not just for you. Or and outside of that, I did want to say, modeling. It's my coping. I don't know if I'm getting off topic, but
no, you're on topic because you are aspiring model. That is correct. She's an aspiring model, and that was one of the reasons why I chose you, because I was an aspiring model.
So when I go, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go into my depression
modeling. Yeah, it helps.
I have a gym inside my building. I just go downstairs with my daughter, let her go inside the workout room, do her little fake videos, and I'm just in there making videos, content. I invite my team over. We have fun. That's the coping for me.
Yeah.
My grandmother passed 4 years ago. Rest in peace her soul. But she was the only supporter when it came down to modeling.
Right.
She might sew the clothes. She might press the clothes. She's
Right.
gonna find a way to make me be there and show up.
Right.
Outside of
that was your support system.
So I stopped, and now I'm back into it, and
Right.
I've been in it for 2 years straight with production, and I love it.
So, okay, so let me stop you right there before we move on to the next, winner. So, now modeling's your coping method, and I get that because when I wrote my book, my first book, it was it was very therapeutic for me because I was able to write a lot of feelings out that I had in for so long. So I understand what you mean by modeling is like your way to like escape everything. So I want to end it here is what would be your advice to any mom that's, today going through the trauma that you went through as a child, having your mom on drugs, not living with her, not having a mom the way you needed to, being a mom now yourself, what would be your advice to all young women that is going through mental health, going through any kind of struggles that you have been through?
Yes. My advice would be, don't hold it in at all. Talk to someone. If you feel as though that you can't talk to anyone, write it down. The best way to get it off your heart is to write it down. And that's your way. Crash your plate, but that's within yourself. Do something within yourself and let it go. Once it's gone, it's gone. Don't think about it. Don't breathe about it. Don't talk about it. Let it go.
Right.
And I have done that. So me talking now about it is an open wound that I have reopened, but I'm okay with opening it up.
Because you have healed from it.
I'm okay with saying my mom was on drugs.
Amen.
I'm okay with saying
it and you've healed from it.
It's been like that since middle school. I'm okay.
So now you are our grand prize winner, and I want to tell everybody why I chose Lovely as a grand prize winner. Now, when I read your story, your story actually made me cry. And I'm going to tell you why for a few reasons it made me cry. And I actually sent it also to Big Sexy. And I felt like you were the most deserving. I want to tell the girls why you were the most deserving. And I even told the girls when I picked the grand prize winner, I announced her, I want you guys to be happy for the grand prize winner because each of you guys are special in your own way. But I'm not saying that she's more special than you guys, but I felt like you had your modeling, you had your podcast, you had your business, you had your grandkids. She got her kids, but she didn't have, I felt like she had nothing else going on other than in her story. All I heard was, I'm a mom, I'm losing my spirit, I'm a mom. I feel like every day I wake up, I'm just a mom. My spirit is being lost. And that was literally all I heard in her little short submission. And I felt like because you walk the Rip the Runway all the time as an upcoming model, you're on a camera, on a podcast, you're in your boutique every day, I felt like she deserved the walk the most because she was lacking the most confidence. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I just wanted you all to understand that it wasn't over favoritism because I didn't know any one of you guys. You guys, we were just all divinely guided to each other. But I felt intuitively she needed the most to walk a Big Sexy and build her confidence because she had nothing else going on. And that was why I chose her. So I just wanted all you guys ladies to know, and I'm so glad
you met you some new sisters, girl. You met you some new sisters.
Yes, and it's
you got 4 different states you can travel to.
What's the name of the group chat?
Yeah.
Winner.
Way to take it out.
Winner gang.
Girl, you got 4 different sisters
That's
that
good.
travel states.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so with that being said, Miss Lovely, you are the grand prize winner. The spotlight is on you.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit about you and your journey and what made you feel like you were the most deserving of this giveaway to be the grand prize winner, which you end up being.
I'm 27 years old, y'all, and I'm a single mom of 3 kids, 7, 5, and 2. My 5-year-old, she's autistic, and when I say I've worked my entire life around her, therapy, school, whatever she needs, I've worked it around her, and I feel like in being a single parent, I love being a mom, but I don't like being a single mom. So it's like I'm doing everything, the driving, the nursing, everything. And when I found out I was I almost had colon cancer. So I had to have colon surgery in order to remove the spasms from my colon.
Okay.
So I finally felt like I was getting on my feet, working, getting my kids in school, working at my kids' school, being on their schedule. And then I got hit with that. So it kind of put me behind in life.
Right.
Like almost a whole year. Having to have the surgery, having to be off work for 6 months, then having to have the surgery, then having to stay off for another 2 months to heal from the surgery.
Right.
It was just a lot,
And then being a single mom and then still having to make yourself strong. Because I know many days, even recently I was sick with a sinus infection. And I had to drag myself every day to take care of the kids because they need you.
Yeah.
So and that was not even compared to you having colon surgery.
Right.
So I could just only imagine just you having to just heal from that and every day still be a single mom. So
even after.
Exactly. So I completely get it and I sympathize with you. So during that time, you're having colon cancer. You have the kids, you're a single mom, you have a child that's autistic, which by the way, I have a daughter that's 9 years old who's autistic, and newly divorced, a single mom myself.
It's hard, baby,
What
do it.
What mentally made you push through and persevere? Because so many moms give up and give their kids away to other people or just stop being a good mom. But what made you during those hard times persevere and say, okay, I'm this is what's making me go forward? What was it? What was that defining moment that made you continue to say, okay, I'm going to get through this? Because today you did, and you're here. You're healed, right?
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
Okay, so what was that defining moment?
I feel like I always call my kids my kryptonite because they are they're everything to me. So really just looking at them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you this. My son was 5 years old, and he looked at me. He said, "Mommy, I see you. I see that you're the only parent we have." At 5 years old, my son is very intelligent. 5 years old, he told me he sees me. He sees that I'm the only parent that's here, and he understands that I'm doing this by myself.
Right.
And that was really the moment.
The defining moment.
I was like, I gotta keep going. Because I thought of suicide. I thought of leaving my kids, but nobody loves my kids the way I do.
Right.
I don't have any help, even from my family.
Right.
So I know I'm the only person that's gonna love my kids the way I love them. And they gonna love me the way they love me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to keep going. I have to keep going, even to this day. They are everything. They are the reason why I'm here today.
And that was part of the reason why I chose the story, because you just was so forthcoming about your kids and your love for your kids and how you want to be there for your kids. And I think that's an amazing defining moment for your kids, because I've had plenty of times of my daughter when she's like, Mommy, you're such a great mommy. You're the best mommy. And I would be mad for a second. And when she said, I'd be like, "Oh, thank you. You're the best daughter." So I know that defining moment. That's the best when your kids actually see you, and they see everything that you're doing. Even though sometimes some things around them they may not understand, but they just see you in that moment, just being a mom and the best mom. And when she tells me that, so that was a great, beautiful defining moment, because my daughter tells me that almost. I'll say it very, very, very often, and it comes when I need it the most. And it could be times that I'm very upset with her, and she'll say that. Yeah. So that was a beautiful defining moment. So you beat the colon surgery, you've healed, right?
Yes.
And I'm very happy to hear that.
No spasms at all. I'm completely healed, and I'm ready to hit the ground running and live my life and prosper and be financially stable for my kids and my family.
So let me ask you a question. did this giveaway give you that boost and that confidence that you needed?
When I say I feel so good,
Period.
yes. No, for real. Like, I never thought somebody like me would have this kind of opportunity.
Well,
so
that's a good question. That's a good statement. You said, why do you feel like that?
I just didn't
Because
think
when
I
people hear
deserved
that,
it.
hold on. When
What I'll
people
tell you
hear that, hold
about saying
on.
stuff in
When
that
people
spirit.
hear that, they hear insecurity.
What I tell you about saying
So
something.
why do you feel that you weren't deserving of that moment?
Because I'm not perfect, and I've done things, to maintain, just to maintain. Life
Is it because
for
you
my
feel like you
kids.
don't got nothing going on? Is
True,
it because
I
you're,
don't have
not
anything
pretty
going,
enough? Like,
and
tell
I
us
do
why
have
do you feel like that?
aspirations,
Because we don't want
but
you to feel like
I
that.
don't have anything going on, even though there are things I want to do. I just don't have the support or the financial stability to actually go forward with those things. Like, I want to take acting classes. I want to do stuff like that. And I just don't have the support. Like,
And the
who's
means.
going to keep my kids? Or who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Who's going to pick up my kids from school?
Right.
And so I put me on the back burner every single day so that they can shine, so that they can be who they are. But this gave me permission to
say-
kick back in the front.
To say
what
go
I'm saying?
and go
Like,
for it.
Yes.
And it made you feel like, okay, this is your moment to get back to lovely, to who you are.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is the reason of this whole giveaway. Again, it wasn't just for clout, it wasn't just for recognition. It was just because I see, again, a piece of me in every one of these women, and then just like every one of these women, I suffer with my own insecurities, my own body flaws, being the black sheep in my family, going through immigration. I've literally had to fight my way through many situations, and this was the reason why I wanted to give this giveaway. And God was just like, okay, you got this little extra money, now I want you to like pay the way and pay it forward to other women. And I'm glad that this giveaway was able for you to do that. Today, now when you go home, you leave this giveaway, right? Because you're here now. What is your plans now with this newfound confidence that you now have?
I'm definitely going to get me into somebody. What do they say? Like, you have like a modeling agency. I
Acting.
want like acting agency.
So this
like
gave you the
something
confidence to feel
to
like
actually
you're
go
ready to
for it,
actually
yeah.
focus on you and your dreams.
Yes.
Because we're all a mom, and it's great to be a mom, but sometimes we gotta also focus on our dreams. Like, when I started doing this, I didn't think none of this was possible. Like, okay, how am I gonna travel? I have a talk show. But you know what? God help those who help themselves. And I truly believe that when you firmly believe in yourself, because God gives us that vision, and when he gives us that vision, he wants us to act on that vision. And when we act on that vision, in return, he then open the doors and sends us the things that we need to continue to make that dream and that vision. So when I started this, I was newly divorced. I was going through a breakup. I had 4 kids. I was a single mom. I was living by myself. I had no family in Florida. But here I am. I'm traveling. A babysitter came my way. She's amazing. She's awesome. And I'm doing it. And I'm able to pick up and go whenever I want. My kids are not lacking. They actually love being with the babysitter. But guess what? As a mom, we tend to do that to ourselves. We tend to like feel guilty. Like, oh my God, if I leave my kids. And I've had plenty of days like that. Oh my God, I feel so bad. They got to go to school, but I'm going to Atlanta.
Right.
But guess what? They're happy. They're thriving, because guess what? We're happy and we're thriving.
Yeah.
And remember, when we're happy and we're thriving, they feel that. When we're sad and we're depressed and we're down,
They feel that.
Right.
So always try to remember to be the best version of you, so they can be the best version of themselves.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm very happy that you were able to get that confidence and you feel ready to like live your life again.
Yes.
So I'm very excited, and congratulations on being the grand prize winner. Well deserved.
Thank you so
And
much.
I know the world now will understand why it was well deserved. Miss,
April Brown.
congratulations. I'm gonna say she's the mom of our group. I'm gonna say that, but she looks good. Clock it, y'all. Look good.
Exactly.
All right, and she's from my hometown, Brooklyn, in the house. Hey. So we want to come to Miss April because we want to give her. We want to tell her congratulations, kudos, because I keep telling everybody this story because I think she's amazing. She's a shero. And I had a shero in my life, which is my grandma. And recently, a few years ago, go ahead.
Do it over,
Okay.
cause I already know you. You gonna say, "Oh, I messed up on congratulations," so do that over.
Okay. Ready. So we want to tell her congratulations, kudos to her. She's a shero, And I say that to say why she was my, and initially, let me say this, my giveaways was only supposed to be 3 winners, and she ended up becoming my 4th prize winner. Congratulations to her, because her amazing survival story of just losing her mom. Start over.
Yeah, my mom too.
Oh, okay.
I said that in.
Okay. Well, okay, we're going to start from there. Losing her mom, losing her son, which was very young, by the way, 23? And having to be retired somewhat, enjoying her life, to losing her son, to saying, okay, now I have to jump into action and raise my grandkids. And when I heard that story, not just trying to juggle that, but losing her son, being a business owner, I was a grandma's girl, and I'm not going to stop saying that. I lost my grandma 4 years ago to a stroke, and I haven't been the same. And when I heard that story, I said, you know what? She did exactly what my grandma would have did. Because my grandma would have said, give me my grandchild. I don't care. I don't care who's the auntie, who's the uncle. We would have been with our grandma. So immediately I just said, you know what? I'm going to add her as the 4th winner, because she's everything my grandma was to me. And I was definitely and still is a grandma's girl. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more of just what happened a little bit with your son, how it felt, and how did you get through it, for anyone that's going through grief and loss, because you never get over grieving, because my grandma has been past 4 years now, and I still think today, like, what could I have said to her? Remembering plenty of nights, like, days that we had conversations. So I can't imagine your son, because at the end of the day, they always say, there's a saying, when you lose a child, it's hard, because the child is supposed to bury the mom, and not the mom burying the child. So that in itself just made me feel like, wow, we need to get her story, and the fact that nowadays with these new hip grandmas, they don't want to raise their grandkids. So the fact that you decided to just say, hey, I'm going to still step in and help my grandkids, I thought that was amazing.
So I want to first say thank you so much. My name is Shakira. I did start my podcast. I launched it last month. It's called Kira's Comfy Couch. It's basically more healing is the new hustle to tap into your mental state. Like she said, I tapped into her giveaway. I did
and what was the reason? What was the reason you felt you wanted to apply for the giveaway?
So,
because it's not like you're totally like down and out.
Right.
You're going through something right now. But what was the reason you felt like, okay, you needed to walk and you could use whatever the giveaway was offering?
To be honest, with my whole podcast that I'm launching, I feel like I'm on a spiritual walk. Like, it's God. So for me submitting my mission with you, I felt like, hey, she doing podcast and I'm doing podcast, and when I looked at your page, I felt like a connection. Like, God was telling me, like, this is your go-to. Like, I'm all for women empowerment. I'm all for girls and girls type of action. So anytime I reached out to you, like, I felt positive energy, and it wasn't mainly on just the giveaway. Like, we was talking on other stuff that had nothing to do with the giveaway.
Exactly.
So I just felt like a sister bonding, and the stuff that I'm trying to pour into my podcast and my generation. It was a connection for me. So I was like, hey, let me apply. Like, I love Be Sexy too. Like, I've been applying for, like, emailing him. Like, I sent it to you. I sent it to him. Like, I've been emailing you since last year. I've been letting you know, just trying to network for myself. Like, let you know what I'm doing, my story.
And look at God.
And look at God. Look at God. Okay.
Not only did she meet Big Sexy, she met Little Zane. She's about to meet Tia Camp. So, amen.
So, like she said, with the whole hotel situation, I was taking care of, when my mom's lived with me for 8 months last year, and he was living with me for free. But I'm a single mom of 4. I'll be 31 next month.
Okay, you look good.
Thank you. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm taking care of my 4 kids, and I was taking care of my mom at the time for 8 months. But at the time I was working for the IRS, we had President Trump at the time, so income
things got,
it was real rocky. But I tried to keep a line, like, damn, I got to keep doing what I need to do at home. But it was very, very stressful. Like, I was going through a mental state, like, what the fuck.
Right.
To be honest.
So what did the mental state start because you ended up in the hotel? But what?
Yeah, the hotel situation came a little after. I was staying at that house in particular, like I said, with my mom and my kids, but it was one income, just me. My mom had a little income, but I didn't know it until later on down the line.
And that was how you guys.
Yeah, nobody wasn't really helping me, so I was falling behind with my
trying to
income.
help other people. Right. You end up falling behind.
So I said, okay, God, I want peace. I want to move with me
Yes.
and my children. So when I relocated with just me and my kids,
Right.
this is a God tap in. I moved with me and my kids thinking I was doing something good for me, right?
Right.
So when I moved, yeah, I did pay someone under the table to move me and my children, you know, in a safe environment, and then you put me and my kids in a molded environment. So even with that, I got an apartment for 1 month. After the 1 month, it was molded. It started
So
growing
you
on my
had to-
kids' clothes. It started growing on the walls. It started growing on the pictures. It just started growing every damn where. They sick. I'm sick. Everybody's sick.
Right.
We had to go to the hotel for 6 months. 6 weeks. I'm in a hotel 6 weeks with 4 kids. We never been in a hotel. Anytime we at a hotel, it's a birthday,
vacation.
it's a vacation,
Right.
it's
So
fun.
it was like
it was like living.
it had became your new normal
Yeah,
thing
like
that you
bringing
weren't
bags,
used
bringing
to.
groceries. I'm
Right.
cooking in a hotel.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
but you know what? Sometimes.
It was.
And hold on, and I want to say this. Hold on. Let me say this, and you may not want to hear it. Sometimes, you know, like you say, you were trying to help your mom. Sometimes God puts us in a situation where He needs us to be still.
By yourself and listen. What I just tell y'all
Be still.
before we got here.
And-
God put me in that
and for
situation
you-
to listen.
Right.
To be still,
And
be
it may
quiet.
not be the best situation, but behind every situation or anything we go through is always a reason. And it may not be where we understand it at the moment. And it could be months down the line. You're like, okay, I get it. I got it. You know what I mean? And I've had plenty of aha moments. I'm like, okay, I got it. I get it. This is why it happened. So with that being said, I mean, now from what I understand, you have a job now, right? And things is looking better for you. And but again, I wanted to say, not just because the betterment of that half of her life, it was just because the fact that she was going through all that, but she was smiling, you were happy, and you continued to persevere. And I just felt that was amazing, because I'm like that. Like you will never know
What
I'm
I'm
going through
going
something.
Right.
So I just want to tell you, kudos to you. Congratulations on being a great mom.
Thank you.
And congratulations on being on one of our winners. And we really hope that this gave you the mental reset and everything that you needed to continue to go forward. And congratulations on your new job.
Thank you. And like you just said, like that. Like I told them before we got here, when we had our little
Sometimes you need to be
outing,
still.
that was me. That's why I started my podcast. God was telling me to be still and listen. Like, yeah, I was in that situation for 6 weeks, and everybody knew that needed to know. Like my mom, their dad, everybody knew,
Right.
but nobody wasn't supporting. But that was okay, because God was telling me, be still. Stop helping the help. You can't keep helping, giving,
And you're not getting
This
anything.
is the people that you need to look
get-
at. The
and
kids,
get
the
away.
4 kids, the
Yeah.
walls, and me.
Exactly.
So that's what I feel. And guess what? God been moving. Like, everything probably look not good on the outside looking in, but in the inside, God has been moving
moving mountains.
Amen on that
Yes,
one.
exactly.
Do you hear me?
Amen.
As
Amen.
soon as you
He's
remove
going.
the toxicity
For
and
real.
everything that don't align with what God has for you, He start opening them doors, baby. Because the domestic violence stuff I went through, once I got from that situation, He brought this right into me. And He was like, you need this. So He brought it to me.
See what I'm saying? Never question God. I mean, every day we wake up, we don't know what tomorrow brings. I mean, we don't, like they said, the Bible says, we know not what tomorrow brings. But as long as you have faith and you continue to persevere, God moved mountains, and I'm a walking testimony. So I'm so proud of all you ladies. I'm so proud of all you ladies, because you guys all persevered individually.
Everyone falls in love sometimes. Sometimes it's wrong, and sometimes it's right.